Dear law student, I want to give you a little tip, a practice tip for when you are maybe in your second or third year in law school and you're doing appellate advocacy or trial advocacy. And then if you want to become a litigator, what you should do to get ready for your oral arguments or your hearings in front of judges, in front of commissioners if you're in Utah and doing family law. So the tip is this, and my name is Marco Brown, by the way. For those of you who don't know me, I own Brown Family Law in Salt Lake City. So the tip is this. I want you to practice your oral arguments in front of a mirror, okay? So a lot of times what law students will do and what attorneys will do as well is they'll just write down their arguments. So they type it out or they put it on a pad of paper or whatever it is, and they read it and they kind of go through it, but they don't sit there and give it as if they were actually in front of the judge. And they don't, almost none of them, sit in front of a mirror and do it. And this is a real mistake. I thought everybody did this because I did it, so I figured everybody did. But then I realized that almost no attorneys do this. And it is a real huge advantage when you do this, because when you get in front of a mirror, you can see how your face acts, right? And you can see whether or not you believe your own argument. Because when you don't believe your own argument, it comes through in your face, okay? Unless you're an incredible actor, very few of those people exist in the world though. It's going to come across if you have a bad argument, okay? And you're going to be able to figure out where your arguments are weak and where they're strong by watching yourself when you're sitting in front of a mirror practicing your oral argument, okay? And then you're also going to be able to figure out what your face looks like and how it should look when you argue and how you want it to look. The words that you're using, you're going to be able to figure out whether those work when you're sitting in front of a mirror. It's just 10 times easier to do this. It's like when you write a brief, you should read it out loud when you are going through the revision process. Because if you just read it without reading it out loud, you're going to miss tons of stuff, right? Because it sounds different in your head than it does when you're saying it. So that's another little tip, is always read out loud your written work. But certainly when you're getting ready for oral argument, you should be in front of a mirror and you should do this and do this and do this until you got that oral argument down pat. I mean, this is, you get better at it over time, but in the beginning, when I started, I was in front of the mirror for hours trying to get these things down. And then, after a while, it's like 5 minutes you can do it. But you got to put in the work in the beginning, and it's really super awkward, and that's one of the reasons you should do it as well. You just need to lean into the awkwardness, because if you think that's awkward, getting in front of a judge and not being completely prepared is 10 times more awkward. So just get used to it at the beginning in front of a mirror. You'll be head and shoulders above all of your competition. Okay, until next time.